Morning. Beautiful day out here in the Alabama hills. But I gotta say, I'm hankering for a little change of scenery, which is why we're on a very special Pentest USB drop mission. That's right. It's time for the USB Rubber Ducky in Death Valley. Okay, I'm skipping straight to the moral of the story. The whole plan was to go to this place. Turns out there's a bathtub full of blue marbles and rubber duckies in the middle of Death Valley. My plan is to, make a little donation. Here I am on Death Valley Road, checking out the satellite map just to make sure I've got everything before I get going. And turns out it is like one of the most dangerous roads through Death Valley, where they recommend taking an expedition and having lots of spare tires because of all of the sidewall punctures and these crazy dips. And there is just no way I'm doing this solo. So I guess the moral is know when to hold 'em and know when to fold 'em. And so we'll figure something else out. By the way, after COVID, if we could put together a Hack 5 expedition team to go and plant this USB Rubber Ducky, bring your 4x4 and a winch. Maybe some traction boards. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. Come on, no, you can make it. I really know how to find the best roads. Coffee talk. Need a haircut. This is obviously not Death Valley. I figured since we were in Alabama Hills, where they shot some of Star Trek Generations, that I'd give Star Wars some love, go into Death Valley, maybe see some Tatooine. In any event, I figured, why don't we come on down to the island of Alameda, where they keep the nuclear vessels. Although there's also some Star Wars trivia here too, because that's an AT-AT. Thank you, George Lucas. In any event, unexpected change of circumstances has led me back to the San Francisco Bay Area, which is fine because we're going to continue the Hack Across America trip with more America, as we'll see. Why not take the opportunity to answer a couple of questions as we are now just kicking off this series, and I'm sure you have some. Shiftlock says, calling it, the endpoint is Austin. Maybe, we'll see. Got friends in Austin, I'll definitely be going through, but I don't know. Will there be a final destination this time, or will you be forever nomadic? Yes, although I will probably live somewhere for a while and then live somewhere else. I do not see myself living the rest of my days in a house in the suburbs. It's not my jam. But also it's life, so there really is never a final destination. Take it however you will. Stop in Tucson, Arizona, and let's fly some drones. Heading to Sedona, would love to. Still trying to figure out how we're going to do these meetups. There's a couple of key pieces that I need to put in place, given the current circumstances, obviously. But meetups will indeed be a part of this Hack Across America series. I got a lot of comments from not just Tucson, but Virginia Beach and Austin and everywhere in between. So yeah, we'll get there. What about your Wi-Fi? What does she think about this? It's 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, although I must say I am also 5 gigahertz curious. Oakland is Oaklanding. California, hella Californias, and that's the beauty of it. You get the Misto and you get the Mad Max. It's kind of nice. So I can hack. How can I transform my skill into being self-employed? Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Just make sure there are other things that you love, because the thing that you love might not turn into the business, and the loving is not as, it's complicated. Get into ransomware. I hear it's profitable. Loving your attitude towards this pandemic year, where others are whining and complaining. You call it an amazing transformative year. Awesome, good vibes. Thanks, man. Dude, everything in life is a gift. You fall down and break your leg, it's a gift or a GIF. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but most things in life are a gift. I'm pausing my entire life to hike the Pacific Coast Trail from Mexico to Canada next month. This video hits different. Dude, that is not a question. But I just wanted to point that out because I would love to hear a trip report, and I love that you're just living life and also have an amazing adventure. Starfleet Universe on Call with a great profile pic says, where is your home base, i.e. an address where you are considered your residence for the government and banks? And still to this day, it has been San Francisco 94104. It's a long story involving strippers that the customs officials thought were cute. We'll tell it another time, maybe around a campfire. What software are you using to view them being the IP cameras? And that's the beautiful thing about standards. Not only is there so many to choose from, but there's so much software that's interoperable with standards to choose from. So on desktop, I like the open source VLC. You can also use on Android Tiny IP Cam, and on iOS, I like just one called IP Camera. And you know, that's the beautiful thing about RTSP. It's so interoperable. So pick your standards. Should pen testing distributions only be run in virtual machines? I'm taking that as a question regarding your risk tolerance, because there's this beautiful marriage between software and hardware, which is really just silicon that runs more software that we call firmware, or your BIOS or UEFI or whatever you want to call it. In any event, yeah, you're putting a lot of trust into whatever you run on that chip. So if it's some random shady distro, I don't know, maybe you just throw it in a virtual machine, or you put it on a piece of cheap hardware. That's the beautiful thing about like Raspberry Pis and such, is it's more expensive than ever than try things out on its own separate box. That said, if it's something mainstream like a Ubuntu or a Debian or a Kali, or if you compile it from source after having read every line of code, not entering that rat hole, then yeah, it really just depends on your comfort level. Me, I try to stick to the mainstream stuff, but I also like to dedicate a box for each individual thingy. Van Life live streams. Probably on Twitch, they're more casual, but maybe when we have announcements, we'll do a premiere or a live stream on the YouTubes. When's the next episode? I'm gonna try to hit Sundays. Are you promoting the vaccine? Yes, indeed I am. I love the First Amendment, and I think that the freedom of speech is an amazing thing that makes America America. So I'm gonna tell you right now, get the vaccine. That said, it is your free speech right to say things that are skeptical of that. And you know what? While we may not agree, I will fight for your right to say that. And I hope we can still be friends. I spent 2 years traveling in a big ProMaster van that I converted with solar in the works. Loads of great memories. It has been 6+ months now of great memories here in the Peanut. And I must say, having only been in full-time for the last month, I'm so excited. Like, already such richness in life. This is the freest way to live. That wasn't a question. That's just a little rant about freedom. The cloud just means someone else's computer. That's just worth reiterating. I feel like there's an entire generation growing up with Amazon Web Services and things like Dropbox and whatever. So encrypt your bits, because yeah, the cloud is literally somebody else's box. So does this mean Hak5 the studio show has retired? No, just evolved. It's going to continue to evolve. If you've been with us since 2005, you'll have seen that it has been evolving for 15+ years now. It started in a home studio in an apartment in Williamsburg, and the Hack House, and then later Dave's Garage. And then there was a firehouse and a warehouse and an Oakland office. And in between all of that, there's been Hack Across America, Hack Across Europe, Hack Across the Planet. And there will continue to be, and there's been some amazing characters on the series, not just, you know, myself and Shannon, obviously, but, you know, Mubix and Glitch and MG and Cody and Reddy and his whole crew, and now, you know, with Dave and so many great, awesome people. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. It's been just such an amazing adventure, so I hope you continue to, you know, enjoy as it changes, because that's the guarantee in life, change. When is there gonna be a van tour? I'm meeting up with Glitch next month. It's easier to shoot one of those with a camera person then. All right, that concludes the Q&A. If you'd like to have your question answered, go ahead and leave it below. I will get to it as well as next week's. Maybe we'll make it a common thing. In any event, I hope that kind of lays some groundwork for this adventure, as now we have unexpectedly made a turn back to the bay and will continue to head not east, but west for more America. It's a little complicated to get there, so let's jump through some hoops.
Take my hand, I know just what to do. summer. Stay up until the morning light. We'll be out of sight. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. We're dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning. Stay up until the morning light.
Thanks for supporting Hack5. Find all our shows, community, and pen test products at hack5.org.